Welcome back to That's Life with John Carver. This is episode number 204. I'm calling this episode, It is the Consistent Steps That Matter Most. Again, it is the consistent steps that matter most. When I was a kid, I was overweight. I was overweight for a long time. I had a severe stutter. I got beat up in school more than a few times, and I grew up to believe that I didn't have what it took to be successful. I felt that way until my early 20s when I was introduced to a gentleman by the name of Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, through his audio material. And I started ingesting material that changed my life in a radical way. I invested in an audio library, a book library that exceeded several hundred books. And I learned that being consistent really enables the most successful people to be successful. Again, being consistent enables most successful people to be consistent and successful. So this stop and start approach of, when I feel like it, I'll do certain things, or when I'm in the mood, I'll do certain things, generally speaking, doesn't work for people that have reached any level of success. In James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, he writes, quote, "Habits are a dopamine-driven feedback loop." Again, habits are a dopamine-driven feedback loop. He says behaviors that are highly habit-forming, like taking drugs and eating junk food and playing video games and browsing social media, are all associated with high levels of dopamine. He says that dopamine is released not only when you experience pleasure, but also when you anticipate it. He says mastery is the process of narrowing your focus into a tiny element of success, repeating it until you've internalized that skill. It's an endless cycle, he says. So when you develop good habits, those habits kind of push you along, as maybe if you have ever been in the ocean or trying to swim back to shore, sometimes the waves try to either push you toward the shore or pull you back from the shore. Habits do that for you. I've developed certain habits that I have to stick to every day, because if I don't stick to those habits every day, then I regress very, very quickly. So you don't rise to the level of your goals, you really rise to the level of your habits, which you do every single day. Success is really about daily habits. It's not a once-in-a-lifetime transformation. So for me, I have to separate myself from people, and have separated myself decades ago from negative people, because those traits tended to bleed over onto me, which then turned into mini habits, which then pulled me away from the good habits to do things that I needed to do to be successful. So think about it in this way. When you develop good and consistent habits, it frees your mind to do more important things. That is, when you develop the habits, the simple habits that you really want to do in life, it enables you to focus on bigger goals and bigger tasks that you have to invest more time thinking about. So some of the negative outcomes you've seen in your life so far are partly a result of you not having good, consistent habits. So build these habits into your life, make good habits, make those habits a priority in your life, schedule them, and don't compromise on them in order to maintain them for your own health and for your own well-being and your own success. My name's John Carver. Thanks for watching.